It's actually that's not really the analogy Paul I think is using. What I think is a better analogy is you have an entire, right? You have an entire field of, not an entire field, an entire ocean of water, okay? Just a massive, massive, endless reach and stretch of water. And then you take from that water, you take the cup and you use it to gather up some water, and now it's filled with that water, okay? The cup is the human nature, the water is the divine person. So now you have a cup of water, which is a human nature with a divine person, okay? Or divine person with a human nature. And so that makes a lot more sense because when you're emptying yourself, you're like, again, analogies always fail, right? You can't have less of God. But in the grand scheme of things, you take the cup, nothing happens to the water. The water is still perfectly there, right? But now the cup has been filled. And now that person is in that cup while still being in the water. Okay? If that makes sense. And so when he emptied himself by taking, it's like, no, he's emptying water that is from here. He's putting some of it into here, into this human nature. That's about as good as the analogy can get before it starts to break down.